right, good morning, everybody. It is time to start our Vinyasa practice. It is a beautiful morning, and I'm happy to share yoga with you from my patio. It is my sanctuary. It is where I practice most often. So now I get to practice with you all here from home. So like I mentioned before, this is Vinyasa. Skip or modify anything that does not feel good for your body. Listen to your body. Just let my voice guide you through your movements, through your breath. Yoga is the breath. Before the poses, before the sequences and flows, yoga was uniting the body and the mind. And the bridge between those two is your breath. So I encourage you to focus on your breath. Try to keep that breath work throughout class. If you lose your breath, child's pose, take a break. But remember, this class is all about the breath work. It's going to make your practice so much stronger. It's going to make you stronger in all aspects of your life when you can really control your breath work. But with that being said, let's all go ahead and get started in our child's pose. Big toes together, knees far apart, as wide as your mat, forehead to the ground. Reach those arms out in front of you. Really feel the weight of your head on the ground. Go ahead and check out of everything that you need to do. Put away that mental to-do list for the day. Let's go ahead and make it a point to be here for these next 60 minutes with ourselves, with our mat, with our breath. Escape the world around us, and let's just dive internally here. We do that with our breath. So relax, close into the mouth. This is nostril breathing throughout practice. So let's everybody take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise, feel that breath all the way into your toes. Exhale through the nose, deep inhales and exhales here. Inhale through the nose, trying to create balance, maybe 4 or 5 seconds on the inhale. And deep exhale through the nose, another 4 or 5 seconds. When you get to the end of that breath, suck in that belly a little bit more. One more deep inhale here. Exhaling everything out. On your next inhale, we're all going to come up to our tabletop. All fours, a nice stable table. Wrists should be right underneath the shoulders, palms firmly on the ground, fingertips wide, index fingers shooting forward. Trying to feel the ground on those palms of the hands like little gecko hands. So strong tabletop here. Everybody take a look at your knees. Make sure those knees are in line with your wrists. And take a look at those ankles. Those ankles should be shooting straight back from those knees. Now that we're looking down at those feet, tuck the chin to the chest. Round that back into our cat position, tailbone in, chin is tucked in. Inhale, drops the belly, gazes up, chest is shooting forward. Look up, little yoga for the eyes. Exhale, round that back, tailbone in, chin in. Just loosening up the spine for practice this morning. Inhale, drops the belly, gazes up, chest is shooting forward. Exhale one more time here, rounding the spine into that cat position, tailbone in, chest is in. Inhale one more time, gazes up, chest shooting forward, arching the back, cow position here. Everybody exhale to a nice neutral spine. Readjusting your tabletop if you need to. Inhale, brings the right leg up, shooting it back. Point the toes or flex the feet, no in between. Pick one or the other. Next inhale, you're going to reach forward with that left arm, reaching from toe tip to fingertip here. Find an inhale. Exhale, crunches that elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. One more time, maybe forehead to knee this time. Inhale opens you up, really reaching here. This time we're going to bend that right knee. We're going to reach back with that left hand. Try to grab that foot or ankle. If you got that foot or ankle, kick into that hand. Chest is shooting forward, gaze is up. Really pulling, really kicking. And release with control, no snap releases. Readjusting your tabletop, get comfortable, no wobbly tables. This time inhale the left leg up. Point those toes or flex that foot. Inhale the right arm out, reaching from toe tip to fingertip. Find an inhale. Exhale, we crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch one more time, maybe forehead to knee. Inhale, opens you up, holding here, reaching here, fingertips to toe tip. Bend that left knee. Reach back with that right hand, try to grab that foot or ankle, kick into that hand, chest is up, gaze is up, really kicking into that hand, shooting that chest forward, and release back into our tabletop. Now let's everybody scoot our hands maybe an inch or two towards the top of your mat. We're going to come onto those toes, lift those hips up for our first downward dog of the day. Most people's first downward dog. Play with your dog here, just walk it out. Bend one knee, then the other. Maybe shake your head, no. Shake your head, yes, I love yoga. Breathe in here. I like to bend my knees, drag my chest to my knees. The goal is not heels to the floor, the goal is a straight spine. So everybody straighten those legs. We're all going to inhale the right leg up. Point those toes, straighten the knee. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Toes are pointed. Straighten that knee. Square those shoulders. Left leg comes down. Inhale the right leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips, open up towards the right side of the room. Maybe gaze is under that left armpit, looking for those toes. And release that right foot down. This time we inhale the left leg up, bend the knees, stack the hips, open up towards the left side, gaze is under that right armpit, looking for those toes to help you square the shoulders. Now everybody take a look at that left thumb. We're going to step that left hand by that left thumb. Right foot is going to meet the left foot at the front of the mat. We're in our forward fold here. Inhale, halfway up, hands trace the shins, like you're peeking over that yoga mat. Exhale, forward fold. Just try to grab behind our ankles. Really bend those knees to try to get that belly to thigh contact. Tuck that chin in. Pull yourself in, finally inhale. Exhale, start straightening those legs, pulling yourself in. Loosening up that lower back, that lower spine, getting ready for practice today. One more breath here. Release the ankles, slight bend in those knees. Reverse swan dive, reach those arms all the way up. Neck back bending against the top. Exhale, we're going to swan dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, chest is forward, gaze is forward. Exhale, hands find the mat. Step right foot back, then the left. We're in our high plank. We're about to go through a flow here. This is going to be the sequence of our flow throughout the practice. You can skip it all together and meet us in downward dog, or you can do it from your knees also. First one I'm going to do from my knees. So everybody bend those elbows so you get to about 90 degrees, keeping them close to the ribs. When you get there, come onto the tops of those feet. Chest is forward, hips shoot forward, gaze is up. Upward facing dog. Come back onto those toes, hips go up. Downward facing dog. Awesome work, everybody. You can skip it or do it from your knees. Now this time we're going to do it with our breath. Everybody inhale to high plank. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to do this so much throughout class, it's going to be imprinted in our muscle memory. So one more time here with our breath. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. All right, remember, never right or wrong in yoga, but there's always right and left. So inhale that left leg up. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Bring that foot down. Inhale the right leg up, bend the knees, stack those hips. Look at that right thumb, step that right foot by that right thumb. Back foot meets the front foot. In our forward fold here, let's get a big bend in those knees. We're going to drop our seat bones, chest up, hands up, pinkies in, come into our chair huddle. Weight should be in the heels. Take a peek down at your toes. You should be able to see those toes. Wiggle those toes and make sure the weight from the heels. One more breath here. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, trace the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, hands find the mat. Shoot it back or step it back. Let's go through our flow. High plank. Low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome work, everybody. Time to make warriors out of each and every one of you. Inhale, the right leg up. Toes are pointed, knees straight. Step it through to the top of the mat. Back foot's gonna pivot down about 45 degrees. Right ankle should be right underneath that right knee. Toes are tracking forward. Try to feel the weight of that back foot and that back edge of the foot. We're gonna inhale the chest halfway. Arms shoot back for airplane arms. Trying to have one straight line from the ankle to the crown. Gaze is about a foot in front of your yoga mat. Everybody bring your hands to your hips. Try to square those hips. We're gonna bring that left hip forward. Inhale the arms up. Warrior one. Maybe gaze is up, maybe palms touch. Bring those hands down. Right foot goes back. Go through your flow. High push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up, point the toes, straighten the knee. Stepping it through to the top of the mat. Right foot pivots down about 45 degrees. Left ankle right underneath that left knee. Toes tracking forward. Inhale the chest halfway up. This time we interlace our hands behind our back. Trying to pull those wrists down towards that right ankle. Chest is forward. Straight line from ankle to crown. Gaze one foot in front of the mat. Release, hands to the hips. Try to square those hips. Bring that right hip forward. We're going to inhale our arms up to warrior one. Maybe gaze is up, maybe palms touch. Hands find the mat. Left foot goes back. Going through our flow. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Building on what we know here. Inhale the right leg up. This time bend the knees. Stack the hips. Lift it up. Step it through to the top of the mat. Coming up strong into our warrior one here. Exhale is going to open us up to warrior two. That right knee is going to want to cave in. Make sure you're pushing it out to the right. Back foot is parallel with the small edge of your mat. Shoulders right above the hips. Breathing here, reaching from toe tip to fingertip. Gaze the straw over that right hand. And cargo those arms down. Right foot goes back. Go through your flow here. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time inhale the left leg up. Bring the knees, stack the hips on this side. Stepping it through to the top of the mat. We're coming straight up into our warrior one. Exhale opens you up to warrior two. Left knee is pushing out. Back foot parallel with the short edge of your mat. Reaching from fingertip to fingertip here. Tailbone is tucked in. Gaze strong over that left hand. One more breath. And cartwheel those arms down. Gonna do your flow here. High push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Keeping it going. Right leg up. Bend the knees. Stack the hips. Step down and up to the top of the mat. Coming up strong into our warrior one. Exhale opens us up to warrior two. Keeping that band in the front leg. Flip that right palm, reach it forward, up and back to reverse that warrior. Left hand can rest on that left leg or go for a wrap. Make sure you're pushing that right knee out, not in. Couple more breaths here. Really reaching those ribs up to the ceiling. Let's meet back in our warrior two for a second. Cartwheel those arms down. Right foot goes back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome work, everybody. Inhale that left leg up. Bending the knees, stacking the hips. Stepping it through, top of the mat. Coming up strong, straight into our warrior one. Exhale opens you up to warrior two. Keeping that bend in the left leg. Flip that left palm, reach it forward. Up and back. Coming into our reverse warrior here, reaching those left ribs to the ceiling. Left knee is pushing out. Right arm is either on the right leg or going for a wrap. Back to warrior two. Hold for a second. Cartwheel those arms down. Let's take it through our flow here. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome work, everybody. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale it out through the nose. Now, however you want to get there, hop, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Slight bend in the knees. Slowly, we're going to stack one vertebrae at a time. Coming into our standing pose, our mountain pose here. Big toes together. Slight sliver apart from the heels. Inhale the shoulder blades up, back and down. This joke is in honor of Benito. I was working on a joke about elote. It was just way too corny for you guys. Inhale the arms straight up over your head. Interlace everything except for the index finger. Inhale, find length. Exhale, those hips go over to the left. Hands go over to the right, coming to our crescent moon here. Breathing here. Marry the palms together. Squeeze those biceps with the ears. Left shoulder is back. Reaching those left ribs to the ceiling. Hips are squared. Squeezing those hamstrings together, knees together, ankles together. Weight is in the heels. And to center, release. Find an inhale, create length. Exhale, this time we're going the other way. Hands go to the left, hips go over to the right. Really feel the weight in those heels. Squeeze those ankles together, squeeze those knees together. Hips are squared. Really reaching the right ribs up towards the ceiling. Right shoulder is back, squeezing the biceps with the ears, really marrying the hands together, trying to reach more up than out. Tightening the core here, trimming inches off the waistline, building strength. Spine health is health, and release. Hands stay right where they are, shooting up. We're going to drop our heads back so we're gazing up at the ceiling. Squeeze those quads, belly in, slight clench to the glutes. Find an inhale, create length. Exhale, shoot those hips forward. Draw an imaginary line on the ceiling, reaching those arms back. One day you're going to be able to see the wall behind you. Maybe you already can, maybe you cannot, but keep on practicing. You may get there one day. One more breath. And then everybody, let's start bringing it back. We're going to forward fold all the way to the hands hit the mat. Big time back bend there. Go ahead and bend one knee, then the other. Walk it out. Maybe you do a little yogi squat. Sometimes I like to add in a crow pose here. Whatever is in your practice, whatever you need to do to loosen that lower back. Walk it out. Yogi squat, crow pose. Wherever you're at, let's all bend our knees now. Big bend in the knees, get that belly to thigh contact. Tuck the chin into the chest. Grab those calves. We're going to slide our hands all the way down until we cup our heels in those palms. You want to have those heels in your palms and your pinkies touching. If that's not in your practice, just reach down and grab those ankles. Chin is tucked in. Find an inhale. Exhale, you're going to start straightening those legs while pulling yourself in. Active pose here. Keep those eyes open. I don't want anybody falling over. Pull in, active pose here, loosening that lower back, lower spine. Working those biceps. One more breath here, straightening out those legs. And release. Hands find the mat. Let's go through a quick little flow here. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. However you want to get there. Hop, step, or jumping. Just standing. Top of the mat. One vertebrae at a time. Stack it up to your mountain pose. This time, heel toe those feet about hip width distance apart. If you need a measurement, 2 fists. You want the outer edges of your feet parallel with the long edge of your mat. We're going to inhale, our arms straight out in front of us like Frankenstein arms. Strong arms here. Try to get the scapula to touch. Active pose here in the arms. I should be able to come by and stack some pizzas on these arms, no problem. Arms stay right where they are for the next 3 poses. Find an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, belly in, come into our little kindergarten chair pose. Sit into our chair here. Weight is in the heels, trying to keep that chest up. Wiggle those toes. Take a look down, make sure you can see those toes. Wiggle those toes, make sure weight is in the heels. Find a spot or an object to help you focus. You're in your head all day long. Get out of your head right now and be present with your breath. Remember your breath right here. It's going to help you. A couple more breaths here. You want to be about 90 degrees on those knees. And slowly, let's all come up. We're going to come all the way up onto those tiptoes, as high as you can on those tiptoes. You can stay right here, bouncing on those tiptoes like a ballerina. But if you want more, keep those shoulders right above your hips. Slowly start bending those knees, keeping those shoulders square above the hips. We're going to come down. Arms stay right where they are, shoot straight up. That chest wants to go forward or back. That's your edge. You stop right there. And you try to come up higher onto those toes, lifting those heels up even further off the ground. Remember your breath. Look at that spot or an object. you're looking at something moving, chances are you're going to move. Breathe in here. Awesome work building strength in our legs, strengthen our core, strengthen our knees. And slowly, let's all come up. Drop those heels, hands stay right where they are. About to get a little awkward. So this time, we're going to squeeze those knees together, squeeze those thighs together. Heels can come up an inch, maybe 2 at the most. You can stay right here, or you can start to lower, keeping those shoulders right above the hips. Coming down, bending those knees. You want a little decline from your hips to your knees. If somebody set a ball on your lap, you should roll right out of your lap. You don't want your hips lower than your knees, save your knees. Tough pose here, building strength, squeeze those knees together. There's a winning lottery ticket being held by your knees. You don't want to drop it. We all need money right now. And let's all come up. Awesome work, everybody. Drop the hands, shake it out, whatever you need to do. Got one more pose on each side. I'll give you all a little break. You're all doing awesome. So let's everybody bring those toes back together, heels together, maybe a little distance between those heels. We're going to inhale the arms up and overhead. I like to dive into it, but we're going to exhale the right arm underneath the left arm. Coming into our eagle arms. If this is not in your practice, just give yourself a hug right here. That'll work too. But if it's in your practice to wrap, go for the wrap. Bringing those shoulders back and down. Find an inhale. Exhale, belly in, start bending those knees. Weight's going to come into that left foot. Right leg is coming up and over that left leg. Going for our wrap if we can. If you don't have the wrap, just point those right toes down. Long torso, weight is in the heel. Chest is up. Pulling those shoulders back and down. 14 major joints getting worked here. As soon as we release, we're going to get fresh oxygen, fresh blood to all these joints. Squeezing deeply, breathing deeply, massaging all those internal organs. One more breath here, maybe take it a little bit lower. And everybody come out of it, release, arms up in the air, maybe a mini back bend. And we're gonna go straight into the other side. Left arm goes underneath the right. Going for that wrap, just that big old bear hug. Find an inhale. Shoulders come down. Start bending in those knees. Weight comes into that right foot. Picking that left leg up and over the right leg. Coming into our wrap on this side. Breathing here. If you don't have the wrap, point those left toes down to the ground. If you got that wrap, squeeze it all in. Trying to be the lowest, the shortest yogi with the longest torso. Weight is in the heel, chest is up, shoulders down. Squeezing those 14 major joints. They're about to get fresh blood and oxygen as soon as we release. Organs getting massaged as we breathe deeply. One more breath here. Awesome work, everybody. Let's all come out. Hands in the air, mini back bend. Forward fold, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands find the mat. Let's go through a flow here. Feet go back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's everybody go ahead and drop it to our knees. Come into a quick Zen pose here. Now's the time to towel out, get some water. You can towel out, get water at any point of your practice. This is your practice. Simply a meditative intention is to try to hold out until these scheduled breaks to get your water, to towel off, get in that mind state of really being present for your practice, for yourself. But if you need water, drink some water. Reconnect with that breath. We're going to have a few more standing poses on one leg, get into some balancing poses. We balance on 2 feet all the time. It is not a challenge. It's called standing, walking. But when you take away 50% of your legs and you try to balance on one leg, it becomes a lot more challenging. So that's what we're going to train the body to do, is balance on one leg. Build strength on one leg at a time. All right, if you're all ready, let's go back through our downward dog. Palms on the ground, come onto those toes, hips up. We're going to hop, step, or jump. Back to our standing Tadasana pose, our mountain pose here. Shoulders rolled up, back and down, palms facing the front. Big toes together, heels together. Try to feel all the weight in that left foot. This is all about the standing leg, all about that left foot, left leg. So from here, On an inhale, bring that right knee up to 90 degrees, flexing that foot, 90 degrees to the knee, 90 degrees at the foot, the ankle. You can stay right here, or interlace those hands in front of the knee, flexing that right foot, yoga toes on that right foot. This can be enough for you, but if you want a little more, left hand to left hip, you can work from your knee and open up, or if it's in your practice, you can grab that big toe with those fingers, kick it out, and then we're gonna open it up to the side. Left hand can reach out to the side for better balance. Gaze can go off to the left for more of a balanced challenge. Remember your breath, find a spot or an object to help you balance. Your breath is gonna give you the edge on all these poses. Awesome work, everybody. Slowly with control, let's bring that leg back to center. Hands to the hips. We're gonna kick that leg straight out in front of us. Keeping our shoulders right above our hips. Try to lift that leg a little bit, an inch, 2 inches, a millimeter. Now bend that right knee. Start leaning forward. We're gonna come into our warrior three with airplane arms shooting back. Palms can be facing up, palms can be facing down. Pinky toe turned in to square those hips. And hands to the mat for our standing splits here. Right foot is reaching towards the ceiling. Pinky toe turned in to square the hips. Maybe you grab that foot or ankle with the left hand, with the right hand, pull that forehead to the knee. Breathing here. One more breath. And with a slight bend in that left knee, bring that right foot down to meet the left. Coming up with a slight bend in those knees, all the way up to standing. Forget what just happened on that side. We have a whole nother side to try it on. So just doesn't matter what happened there. Let's do it again on the other side. So feel all the way to that right foot. Inhale that left knee up to about 90 degrees. Flexing the foot, 90 degrees of the knee and the ankle bend. Hands to the hips. Interlace those hands in front of that knee. You can stay right here. If you want a little more, right hand to right hip. You can open up from your knee. Or if it's in your practice, you grab that big toe with those fingers, kick it out, open it up to the side. Right hand can go off to the right for better balance. Gaze can go off to the right for more of a challenge. Remember your breath here. It's all about that standing leg. Make sure that knee is straight. Trying to feel the weight in all four corners of that standing leg. Everybody bring that leg back to center. This time arms up and overhead, pinkies in. Legs straight out in front of you, shoulders right above the hips. Give it a lift, an inch, 2 feet, 3 feet. Now bend that left knee. Coming into our warrior three here with airplane arms going back. Palms can be up, palms can be down. Maybe if you had them down last time, they're up this time. And hands find the mat for our standing splits here. Pinky toe in, square the hips. Maybe you pull yourself in with one hand. Maybe you grab the ankle with both your hands. Try to get that forehead and knee. Breathe in here. Now bend that right knee. Left foot comes down underneath the right foot. Slight bend in both those knees. Come on all the way up to standing. Awesome work, everybody. Let's all meet in the middle of the mat. We're going to work front to back. Coming into our standing bow or dancer's pose, whatever you want to call it. All about that standing leg still. Weight comes into that left foot. We're going to bend the right arm at the elbow. We're going to open it up towards the right side and drop it. Palm is facing away from us. We're going to bend that right knee, trying to catch that foot or ankle from the inside. You want that foot in your hand with your palm facing away from you. Left hand goes up, straight line on the left side of the body from ankle to wrist. You can stay right here, knees squared, hips squared. Inhale, find length. Exhale, start kicking into that hand. Kicking first and then reaching. Kick, kicking and pulling. The reach and the kick, so it's creating that balance. So kick hard into that hand, lean forward, breathing here, getting deep into this pose. Trying to keep that foot right behind you, not off to the side. The slower you go in, the deeper you can get. One more breath here. And everybody release. Awesome work, everybody. If you're wobbling, that means you're finding your edge. All right, forget what happened on that side. We're going on the other side. Feel all the weight in that right foot.
Bend at the left elbow, open it up towards the side, drop that hand, palms facing away from you towards the left. Bend that left knee, trying to catch that footer angle from the inside. You want that foot in your hand with your palm facing away from you towards the left. Square those knees, square those hips, right arm goes up. Straight line from that wrist to that ankle on the right side. Inhale, find length. Exhale, if you want a little more, start reaching and kicking. You kick before you reach. Once you can't kick no more, you start to reach. But you want to be pulling on that foot, kicking into that hand. Breathing here. Strong right leg, strong standing leg. Couple more breaths. If you fall out of it, that's okay. It means you're finding your edge. And everybody release. Awesome work. This time, we're all going to step one step back towards the back of our mat. Feet together, heels together. Tailbone in, belly in. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Interlacing everything but the index finger. We've been here before. Find an inhale, gain length. Exhale, we're stepping out with that right foot. All the weight's coming into that right foot. Those left toes are going to peel off the ground, and we're going to start hinging forward. Seesaw those arms and that leg up. Coming into our big letter T here, a standing stick. Reaching from fingertips to toe tips here. Breathing, chest is slightly up. And release. Let's all make the back of our mat. Heels together, feet together. On an inhale, create length. Exhale this time. Stepping with that left foot. All the weight comes into that left foot as we slowly peel those right toes up. Pinky toe in to square the hips. Flex that foot or point those toes on between. Gaze can be towards your palms. Gaze can be your foot in front of your mat. Gaze can be straight down. One more breath here. Chest slightly up. And release. It's all meet back at the back of the mat. Drop those hands. Bring the hands to heart center. Bow for yourself and those around you practicing this morning. Now let's everybody face the back of the room and lay down, face up, eyes open. Active Shavasana here. You can go ahead and get some water. You can towel off. Whatever you need to do. Do not close the eyes. Do not tell the body that it is time to rest, time to relax, because we've only gotten through halfway of the class so far. We've completed our standing sequence, our balancing sequence. We have some flows to get through before we get to our mat sequence. So reconnect with that breath. Maybe you notice your heartbeat. Maybe it wants to beat out of your chest. The only way to slow down your heart rate is to focus on your breath. You cannot control your heart rate, but you can control your breath. So deep inhale through the nose, feel the belly rise. Hold it for a second at the top. Deep exhale through the nose. When you get to the end of that breath, suck in that belly, squeeze out the rest of that air. And breathe just like that, and you'll see your heart rate slow down. Y'all are doing awesome so far. Beautiful way to start your Saturday morning with a Vikyasa practice. Reconnecting with that breath. Pretty soon here, we're going to start our flows. Flows 1 and 3 will raise your heartbeat. Flows 2 and 4 will lower the heartbeat. You can do some of the flows, none of the flows, all of the flows. It is up to you. This is your practice. Whatever your body is asking for this beautiful Saturday morning, you give it to your body. Couple more breaths here. We're going to get into some ab work before we do our flows. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana and skip the ab work, but if you want a little core this morning, you go ahead and join us for the ab work. All right, palms should be down right by your hips. They can stay right there, palms down. Let's figure out what we're going to do with our hands. If you have lower back problems, you can bring those hands underneath the sacrum to save the lower back. If you want a little bit more, you can interlace your hands behind your neck. If you want it all, then you can go ahead and bring those shoulders up and off the ground.
But wherever you're at, figure out what you want to do with those hands. Everybody, if you want to do the abs, let's inhale the legs straight up. Toes together, heels together. We're going to drop them on my count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hover, hover or swim. You can make it active or you can just hover in there. We're trying to build strength in the core, not just the abs, the obliques, the lower back, all around that core. Core strength is health. And bring those legs up. This time, bring those toes together, heels apart, coming down again in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 10, 2. Hover, hover or swim, whatever you want to do. Make it active. As soon as you start feeling the burn, that's when you know your abs are working. Staying here, hovering here, hold it with me, breathing. And bring those legs back up in the air. This time, heels together, toes apart, and bring down again in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover here, hover, make it active, whatever you want to do. We're building strength in our core here. A couple more breaths. Your body's loving you for this. And release. Go ahead and bring those knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug here. Maybe rock side to side a little bit. Release those abs. Now everybody, legs back up in the air. Reach towards those feet with those hands. We're going to drop our hands up and overhead as we drop our feet back down to the ground. And my count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. We're going to do a yogi sit-up. So flex those feet, toes to the nose, arms reaching up and overhead, interlace those thumbs, pulling those hands together or those hands apart. We're going to exhale all of our air out, and we're going to come up on an inhale. Then we're going to grab our toes with an exhale and pull ourselves in. So everybody exhale all the air out. Inhale, sit up, double exhale, pull those toes, exhale. The goal is to get all that stale air out of our lungs and come into these flows with fresh oxygen. So however you want to get there, let's all meet in our downward dog. If you want to take child's pose, if you want to take a break, by all means, this is your practice. But those of you ready to work, let's all meet in downward dog. Now, on your inhale, right leg up, bend the knees, stack those hips, step it through to the top of the mat, coming straight up to our warrior one. Exhale opens you to warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach it forward, up and back to reverse that warrior. Be back to your warrior two. Gazes back towards that left hand. Right elbow to right knee. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. You can drop that right hand outside of that right foot. Your left hand can shoot forward towards the front of the room. Chest is shooting forward. Bicep by the ear. Everybody look at that right foot. Plant both the hands firmly down. Bring that right foot. Come onto those left toes. Peel the right arm up. Maybe that right arm goes for a wrap, trying to gaze over that right shoulder. Release the wrap. Right arm reaches forward. Bring it to the inside of that right foot. Maybe you wrap it around that right foot. Coming into our lizard lunge here. If an arm balance is in your practice, it's a good time for an arm balance. Couple breaths here. You can drop that back knee if you want a little less. If you want more, you can drop it to your forearms. If you're in an arm balance, start making your way down. Everybody bring both those hands to the inside of that right foot. Back foot's going to pivot down. We're going to peel that left arm up, reaching towards the ceiling. And we're going to take it back for a wrap. If you're going to bind, you can go ahead and bind it. Birds, if that's in your practice, you can take a bird of paradise here. Chest is shooting forward, hips are shooting forward. Breathing in here. Trying to pull those wrists down towards that left ankle if you're in your bind. One more breath here. Birds, go ahead and start making your way down. If you're in that bind, go ahead and release the bind. Come up onto those back toes. Come into our high crescent lunge here. Hands to heart center, find an inhale. Exhale, we're going to twist it, left elbow to right knee. Hands at heart center. You can fly and open it up, or you can keep those hands at heart center, going for that twist here.
Everybody back to center. Hands find the mat. Right foot goes back. Let's go through our flow here. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time, left leg comes up. Bend the knees, stack those hips. Stepping it through to the top of the mat. Coming up strong to warrior one. Exhale, opens you to warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach it forward, up and back. Reversing that warrior. Leaning back in our warrior two. Gazes back towards that right hand. Left elbow to left knee. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Maybe you drop that left hand outside that left foot. Maybe that right arm reaches towards the front, bicep by the ear. Everybody look at that left foot. Firmly plant the hands, frame that left foot. Coming onto those right tiptoes. Left arm peels up. Hand is reaching up towards the sky. Maybe you go for a wrap. Gaze is over that left shoulder. Open up that chest. Release the wrap. Left hand reaches forward. Bring it to the inside of that left foot. Maybe you wrap it around. You can drop it to your knee or your elbows, depending if you want less or more. Arm balance, if it's in your practice. You can balance on the arms. Breathe in here, whatever option you choose. Remember that breath work. Couple more breaths here. If you're in that arm balance, start making your way down from that arm balance. We're going to bring both those hands to the inside of that left foot. Pivot those right foot down. Peel that right arm up towards the sky. Go for that wrap. You're going to bind in your practice. Go for that bind. Birds, if you're attached in your practice, go ahead and take your bird of paradise. In your bind, pulling those wrists down by the right ankle. Chest is forward, hips are forward. Breathe in here. Gaze is up. You're in that bird, start making your way down. Release the bind, release the wrap. Come up onto those right toes, hands to heart center, high crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale is gonna twist it. Right elbow and left knee. Try to keep those hands to heart center, right in the middle of your chest. You can hold them right there. You're gonna open up and fly. Bring those hands back to center. Hands find the mat, go through our flow. Left foot goes back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome work, everybody. Going straight for it. Inhale, right leg up. Step it through to the top of the mat. Coming up strong into our warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. This time we straighten that right leg. Pivot those toes over towards the left side. Feet are parallel. Wide-legged forward fold here. Arms out like wings, chest up, gaze is up, and forward fold. Once that back starts rounding, that's your edge. Maybe you grab your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Maybe you pull yourself in. If a headstand is in your practice, it's the perfect time to go into a headstand. Wherever you're at, you're breathing. Head is below the heart, getting blood to rush to the head. Weight should be in the balls of your feet. You're in your headstand, start making your way down. Everybody, hands to the hips. Slowly with control, build the strength in the lower back. Let's all come up to standing. Right toes track forward, coming into our warrior two here. Cartwheel the arms down, coming into our plank. Right hand is going to come to the middle of the mat. We're going to roll onto the outer edge of that right foot, coming into our side plank on the right side. You can drop that right knee. You can float that left leg. You can reach that left arm towards the front. Wherever you're at, you're trying to lift those hips further from the ground, creating strength in our core here. Breathing, balancing, working. One more breath. Let's all meet in plank. Hold your plank for 5 or do 5 military push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go through our flow. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Step it through to the top of the mat. Coming up strong to our warrior one. Exhale opens us to warrior two. This time we straighten that left leg. Pivot those toes over towards the right side. Feet are parallel. This time we interlace our hands behind our back, tuck that chin to the chest, and now we start to hinge over at those hips for our forward fold here. Reaching those arms or those hands up and overhead. Weight should be in the balls of those feet. Breathing here, getting the blood to flow to our head. Really reaching those hands up and over. Go ahead and release the hands. Keep them out like wings. Slowly with control, we're all going to come up to standing, building strength in our lower back. Pivot those left toes, trap them forward. Warrior two here for a second. Cartwheel the arms down. Come into our plank here. Left hand is going to come to the middle of the mat. We're going to roll onto the outer edge of that left foot, coming into side plank on our left side. You can drop that left knee. You can float that right foot. You can bring that right arm forward, bicep by the ear. Wherever you're at, you're lifting those hips further from the ground. Breathing here, strengthening our core. One more breath. Exhale, release. It's all medium plank. Hold your plank for 5 or do 5 military push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go through a flow. Inhale, high, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's all go ahead and drop into a child's pose. Take a quick break here. We've completed half of our flows. Y'all are doing amazing. You're all doing awesome. Reconnect with your breath. Cool yourself down a little bit. Grab some water, towel off, whatever you need to do. Quick break here before we finish our remaining flows. Flow 3 is my personal favorite. Gather some energy. Deep breaths. Sometimes in a heated class, it's better to keep your head above your heart and stay in Zen versus child's pose. For future reference, when you're taking this heated class in the studio, keep that in mind. I don't know your heat level at your house, but it's getting hot on the patio. But however you want to get there, let's all meet back in our downward dog. If you want to continue to rest, you can stay in your child's pose. But for those of you who are ready for flow 3, join me in downward dog. So everybody inhale the right leg up, bend the knees, stack those hips. Step it through to the top of the mat. Coming up strong into our warrior 1. Exhale, open to a warrior 2. This time we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to bump the hips back. We're going to reach and hinge forward for our extended side angle here. Rest the hand on the shin, on the ankle, on a block, on the floor, on the ground, wherever you got, wherever your practice is at. Left hand is reaching towards the ceiling. Left hand can reach towards the front of the room. Maybe you float that right hand for more of a challenge. Breathing here. One more breath. Everybody gaze, look at that right foot. Frame that right foot. Step that left foot up a foot or 2. Hips are squared, feet are tracking. Left hand is going to plant firmly on the ground. Right arm reaches up. Straighten those knees, no bend in the knees. Right arm goes back for a wrap. Gazes over that right shoulder. One breath here. Release the wrap. Hands to heart center. We're going to bring the weight into that right foot. We're going to peel that left foot up and off the ground, coming into our warrior 3 here. From warrior 3, right hand is going to reach towards the ground. Left hand is going to reach up. Back foot stays right where it's at, floating. Coming into our balancing half moon here. Really reaching in all 4 directions. Breathing here. Slowly with control, we're going to start bringing it back through that warrior 3, hands to heart center. We're going to revolve this half moon. Left hand is going to find the ground. Right hand is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Gazes up towards that right hand. Back foot is still parallel, floating with the ground. One more breath here. And release that hand to the ground. Feet go back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time, inhale the left leg up. Bend the knees, stack those hips. Stepping that left leg through to the top of the mat. Coming strong into our warrior 1. Exhale, opens us up to warrior two. We're gonna straighten that left leg, bump those hips back, hinge forward into our extended side angle here. Right hand reaches towards the ceiling, left hand can rest on your shin, ankle, a block or the mat. Right hand reaches towards the front of the mat, bicep by the ear. Maybe you float that left hand. Couple breaths here. And everybody look at that left foot. Bring up that left foot, plant those palms firmly on the ground. Step the right foot up a foot or two. Straighten those knees, hips are squared. Try to pull that left hip back. Right palm down on the ground, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, gazes up towards that palm. Maybe left arm goes back for a wrap. Gazes over that left shoulder. Release the wrap. Hands to heart center. Weight comes into that left foot. Peel that right foot up off the ground. Come into our warrior three here. From warrior three, left hand is going to reach down towards the ground. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Back foot stays floating. Coming into our balancing half moon here. Hand can find a block. Hand can find a mat. And slowly with control, let's bring it back through warrior three. Hands to heart center. Right hand is going to find the mats. Left hand heels up. Revolving that moon. Gazes up towards that left hand. One more breath here. And release. Hands to the mat. Half step or jumping back. Go through your flow. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Coming into our last flow. You're all doing awesome. Right leg up. Bring that right knee to the right wrist. Ankle to the left wrist. Coming into our pigeon here. Square those hips. The back leg should be parallel with the long edge of your mat. Legs going straight back behind you. Squaring those hips, mini back bend will help you square those hips. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe rest your forehead on your fist, on the mat, on a block, whatever you have. Relax that forehead down to whatever it is you can rest it on. Breathe deeply. Remember your breath. All the work we've done so far is for these last few poses on the mat. This is where we really reap all the benefits, all the medicine that is Vikyasa. So don't sell yourself short. Don't cheat yourself. Breathe it out. Deep breaths. Breathe space into that hip. Slow, let's all start to come up onto those palms. Maybe a mini back bend here. We're going to come onto that right hip. We're going to swing that left leg over and around to the front. You can either sit in regular cross-seated position, or if you want to try to stack those shins for fire log, you can stack the shins. If you're stacking those shins, flex the feet, protect your knees. Wherever you're at, inhale the arms up, gazes up. Exhale, start reaching forward, leaning forward, chest forward. Breathe in here, reaching forward, shooting that chest forward. Deep breaths here. Each inhale creates space. Each exhale, you reach it a little further. Deep breaths here. Remember your breath. One more breath. And release. Start stacking the vertebrae, coming back to seated. Release those feet. We're going to cross those legs, hug those knees into your chest. You can roll straight over those feet, or you can roll back and forth into it. But we're going to go through our flow here. Hands find the mat, shoot it back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're almost there. Y'all are doing awesome. This time, left leg up. We're going to bring that left knee to the left wrist. Left ankle to the right wrist. Coming into pigeon on this side. Right leg is parallel with the long edge of the mat. Leg is shooting straight behind you. Maybe a mini back bend to help you square those hips. And then we fold forward. You can stack your fists, relax your forehead on those fists. You can relax them on the mat, your makeshift prop, whatever you have. Just remember to breathe deeply. No short, choppy breaths. Remember that deep, intentional breathing. Try to keep it, at least here at the end of this practice, where it benefits us the most. But deep nostril breathing, deep, intentional breaths to close out this practice this morning. One more breath here. Slowly, let's all come up onto those palms. Maybe a mini back bend when you come up onto those palms. Onto that left hip. Bring that right foot around. Whatever you did on the other side doesn't mean you have to do it on this side. You can do a regular cross-legged position, or you can stack for fire log. Remember, flex those feet if you're throwing logs on the fire. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, leading with the chest, forward fold, reaching with that chest, reaching with those hands. Then you can go ahead and drop the head. Deep breaths here. With each breath, create that space, feel that space. With each exhale, feel yourself get a little deeper into the pose. One more breath here. And release. Let's come back to a seated position. Cross the ankles. Give yourself a big hug here again. You can roll right over the feet, or you can roll back and forth into it. Coming onto those hands. Legs go back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Awesome work, everybody. Last time we're doing that, I promise. So inhale to plank. We're all going to drop it down to our bellies at my count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work. Come onto the tops of those feet. Toes together, heels together, kneecaps off the ground, forehead to the mat. We're going to interlace our hands behind our neck, at the nape of our neck. Find an inhale, peel those elbows up. Exhale, chest comes up, everything comes up. Gazes forward, trying to look up as high as you possibly can. Gazes up, yoga for the eyes. Breathing here. Breathing, hold it for me. Keep on breathing, strengthening the lower back here. One more time, and release. Right ear to the ground, gaze to the left. Big toes together, heels apart. Release that lower back. Now forehead or chin to the mat, looking forward again. We're going to bend both those knees. Now reach back. Try to grab those feet or ankles in your hand. Once you grab them, try to bring those knees a little bit closer together. Find an inhale. Your exhale, you're going to peel everything up, kicking into those hands. Chest is up, gaze is up, kicking into those hands. Kick, strengthening the lower back. Your spine's never been more ready for this. Kick, hold it for me. 2 more kicks. 1 more kick, and release. Left ear to the ground, gaze over to the right. You can bend those knees, windshield wiper the legs if you need to. Everybody bring those palms right next to your chest. And we're going to all push it back, meet into a quick child's pose here. Big time back bend there, release the lower back. Hands can reach out towards the top of your mat. Hands can reach behind you. Maybe you bend the elbows and they come into prayer above the head. Wherever you're at, whatever you choose is perfect. One more breath here in our child's pose. Wherever your hands are, let's bring them to the mat. We're going to slowly push ourselves up. Bring those knees together. Find yourself in a Zen position, sitting on our heels. Shoulders right above the hips. From here, we're going to inhale the arms up and overhead. We're going to interlace only our thumbs and make blades with the rest of our fingers. Find an inhale, create length, really reaching up. And your exhale, you're going to forward fold, really reaching up and out. You want your nose and your forehead to be the first thing to hit the mat. Once you hit the mat, try to sit back onto those heels. This is a very active pose here. Really reaching with those wrists, with those fingers. Trying to bring the wrists up, putting weight on the pinkies. Sitting back, reaching forward. This is an active pose here, creating space, creating length, making ourselves taller. Breathing here, deep breaths, really feeling the spine elongate. And release the same way we went into it. We're coming out of it, arms reaching up. Go ahead and drop those hands to the side. Let's all come up onto our knees. Bring those knees 2 fists apart. Come into our camel pose here. So let's all pretend we got our blue jeans on. Stick your hands in those back pockets. Try to bring those elbows together. Mouth is closed, eyes are open. Belly is tucked in. Now we're going to start shooting those hips forward, reaching that chest up. Hips forward, chest up. It should feel like somebody's pulling your chest to the ceiling. Big time back bend here. This is the peak of our floor sequence. Breathing here, pushing those hips forward, shooting that chest up, gaze is back, dropping the head, and release. Let's all come back into a child's pose. Release that lower back, big time back bend there. You all are doing great. Quick couple breaths in our child's pose. Now in your child's pose, bring those knees together. Go ahead and sit up into your Zen position. Now let's everybody, let's grab those heels. We're gonna grab those heels. We're gonna tuck our chin to our chest, and we're gonna lean forward so we gently and barely place any weight on our knees, forehead to the knees. When you're in that position, I want you to take a deep inhale. On your exhale, you're going to start lifting those hips up and really pulling on your heels. It's a very active pose, but there should be no weight on your forehead. So as long as you're pulling hard on your heels and trying to lift those hips up, there will be no weight on your forehead. So really pull on those heels, lift those hips up, tucking that chin to the chest. Active pose here. You feel that lower back, that middle back decompressing. Deep breaths here. Tucking it in, pulling it in. Active pose. And release. Awesome work, everyone. I know that one's an awkward one. Now, whichever way you want to roll, right or left, let's bring those feet to the front. Good up towards the top of your mat because we're going to be leaning back here pretty soon. Feet straight out in front of you. Flex those toes, toes to the nose. Sitting up straight, true, and tall. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Maybe gazes up at those hands. Exhale, forward fold, leading with the chest. Grab those feet, grab those ankles, whatever you have, pull yourself in. The stretch is for the lower back here. If you want to bend your knees, by all means, bend your knees. Wherever you're at, you're pulling yourself in, get a bend to those elbows. Maybe you drop the head, see if you can get that forehead to the knees. Deep nostril breathing here. We're winding down. You all did amazing. One more breath here. And release. Arms shooting straight out like Frankenstein. We're going to slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start rolling onto our backs. Ooh. Once we get all the way down to our back, sequence calls for an inversion here. If you want, you can just lift the legs up into the air like our ab sequence. You can go for a happy baby if you like. Sequence calls for a shoulder stand. So if shoulder stand is in your practice, lift the elbows like a kickstand, hands on the lower back, toes shooting up towards the sky. You want those hips stacked right above the shoulders. No looking right or left if you're in your shoulder stand. Protect the neck, protect yourself, protect your body, practice safe, practice healthy. Just getting blood to reverse here and head back towards our vital organs. Sometimes in shoulder stand, I like to drop into plow. And then from plow, I give my temples a little massage with my knees. Now wherever you're at, slowly, let's all start to come out of it with control. Safely take your time, not a race. Everybody bring those knees into the chest. Keep that right knee hugged in, extend that left leg out. Flex both those feet. Hug that right knee out and around the rib cage. Try to tuck that knee to the armpit. Shoulders on the ground, spine is on the ground, sacrum is on the ground. Breathing here. Now, left hand finds the outside of that right knee. Go ahead and cactus arm that right hand. We're going to pull that left knee over and across our body for our twist here. If you feel some pops, it'll probably feel good. Do not force it. Do not pull it. Use your breath to get deeper. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And deeper in the twist with your breath, not with your force. Slowly, let's release the twist, bringing that knee back to center. We're going to straighten that right leg. We're going to bring that left knee into the chest now. Spine's on the ground, shoulders are on the ground, feet are flexed, hugging that knee out and around the rib cage, trying to tuck it into our armpit. If you want to make ankle circles, do it both ways. One more breath here. Now this time, right hand to the outside of that left knee. Go ahead and cactus that left arm. We're going to pull the right knee or the left knee over and across our body. Deep breaths here, getting deeper into that twist with breath. We're not pulling on that knee. We're using breath. Couple more breaths here on our twist. Slowly, let's bring it back to the center with control. Bring those knees up. Try to feel that, bring those knees to the chest. Try to feel the sacrum on the ground. Try to feel your full spine on the ground. Bringing those knees in. Try to feel the nape of your neck on the ground also. Now, bring that forehead to the knee, flex those feet, tight little yoga ball, give yourself a hug, see if you can grab those elbows around your knees. Forehead to the knees, deep inhale here, the deepest inhale of class, let get a little more air when you get to the top of that breath. And exhale, open it all up, get as wide as your mat. Relax the brow, relax the mouth, slide open into the mouth. You do not need to control your breathing anymore. Relax the shoulders, palms up. Relax the hips, relax your legs. Feet fall wide apart. Relax, receive. There's nothing left for you to do. Class has taken place. It has finished. Allow your body to process this last 60 minutes that we just put it through. Shavasana.
everybody gently and slowly start bringing awareness back into the body by wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, maybe making circles with the wrists, with the ankles, shaking the head side to side. Now maybe we reach those arms up and overhead, feet together, toes pointed, big time morning stretch here. And bring those knees into the chest. Maybe you roll back and forth, side to side, a little massage here for the back. Eventually landing on either right or left side into the fetus position. We end our practice with Shavasana or corpse pose as we surrender to the mat, surrender to our most authentic self. And we come out through the fetus position as we are reborn for this day with our renewed breath and energy. A chance to hit the reset button and carry this feeling with us for the rest of the day. So slowly, with eyes still closed, let's come up to a seated position. Everybody bring hands to heart center. Deep inhale through the nose here. Exhale out through the mouth. Thank you for joining me this morning, sharing your breath, your energy. It's a beautiful morning for Bikyasa. It's an amazing practice to be able to guide you and lead you on. The light in me sees, honors, and salutes the light in each and all of you. I hope you have a beautiful Saturday, beautiful weekend. Till I see you again in the studio or online, namaste.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you guys so much.
I know.
Even Kathy, who I don't know very well. Okay, she's fine. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you? How's everybody?
Everything is good. I just miss adult interaction. So
I know, I
been
hear
watching
you.
lots of kids movies, lots of crafts. Always. Izu. Oh, the baby.
Thank you for joining us. You're welcome. Thank you all. Thank you, Melly. Thank you, Yvette.
Thank you.
Namaste in me. Honors and namaste in you.
The namaste in me. Namaste in all of you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.